Hello Physical Fiends, it's Jordan here with some just announced physical releases. These are games that have just been announced, they are not releasing this week, that is for Monday's video, and as always I do not mention limited releases because again they will be in Monday's video, don't get the series confused. And also apologies for my voice today, following on from my Yumiya video, yes I have a pretty bad cold that I'm just trying to power through. I've still got to make videos, nothing I can do about it. So, what has recently been announced? Silent Hill F was announced almost 2.5 years ago, but finally it was properly unveiled earlier last week. Developed by a Hong Kong studio and now set in 1960s Japan rather than an eerie North American town, it's definitely going somewhere different. And yeah, look guys, Asian survival horror is 100% in a league of its own. It looks great, who doesn't want to be a Japanese schoolgirl smacking nightmare creatures with a tire iron? It's what video games were made for. It's releasing sometime this year physically on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yoyo is a very colourful looking action game, a bit of top-down Zelda style that's going for a Game Boy Advance style pixel art, kind of extreme zoomed in, maybe a bit too much on a big TV, but you know, the game isn't out yet, not even digitally. It's releasing digitally in May with a physical release on Switch and PS5 following a couple of months later in July. Currently only in North America that I've seen so far, and it's by PM Studios who mostly don't release in Europe, but we'll have to see. It's coming in a standard edition as well as a collector's edition which comes with a plush, and if you want to pre-order this or any of the games in this video and you want to support me at the same time, please do so via the links in the description and pinned comment. I partner with VGP, who are a great company doing good stuff for the industry and gamers. They also have free worldwide shipping on orders over 80 Canadian bucks, which is less than 60 American dollars, and any purchase made via the link, I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart. What else has been recently announced? Firefighting Simulator Ignite looks to be your bog standard German-made job sim. Normally they would bore me to tears, but I do think firefighting is a really underrated job in video game form. Such a dangerous and heroic thing to do, it would be ripe for an action game. And I know it's been done from time to time, but where is the big AAA RPG open world adventure firefighting game? Rescuing kitties from trees could be the Korok seeds of this game. And don't forget all those extremely grateful older ladies who will surely give you an XP boost as a thank you. Anyways, I'm talking rubbish. This is releasing physically sometime this year on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. SteamWorld Heist II is getting a retail release on Switch and PlayStation 5. I'm a little bit surprised by this considering the series seem to be mostly tied to super rare games. I guess their 3,000 copies wouldn't keep the lights on long at Thunderful, who are struggling for a little bit of cash. Hopefully this will help out. I don't know much about the sequel, but the original Heist was very popular after initial skepticism from fans who wanted more SteamWorld dig. This is a strategy game, hopefully a good one. It's getting a release in April. Blades of Fire is from Mercury Steam, the developers of Metroid Dread and Samus Returns. It looks like most of their effort and resources have been put into this brand new IP since it's their first game in like 4 years. A dark fantasy action game with Souls-like combat because of course, I'm sure it'll be pretty good. Mercury Steam are a solid developer and they've worked in this genre before, what with them doing the 2 3D Castlevania games that many people really enjoy. I know the second one got a bit of stick, but I think, you know, retrospectively people like it a lot. This is releasing in May on PS5 and Xbox. Centum is getting a physical release on Switch and PS5 in a premium edition, which implies the existence of a budget version, but there's not. No, this is the only edition that comes with some papercraft stuff, soundtrack download, and a glow-in-the-dark sticker sheet for the 8-year-old within us all. The physical is coming in September, and this was announced just after the digital release, which I am not a fan of that kind of PR. That's a point down in my books. The game is a narrative puzzle game that's out there to defy your expectations and also subvert them, which I think is Serenity Forge's favorite kind of game. They always seem to have one of those. MotoGP 25 is getting a physical release on Xbox and PlayStation 5 in the West. However, there will be a Nintendo Switch physical version in Japan, like a proper physical, no code in a box bullshit. Anyways, not much to say. It's bike racing, something something Valentino Rossi, something something F1 was always better, something something. Jordan's culturally stuck in 2002. So what if I watch full races of F1 from more than 20 years ago? It's releasing in April. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DAIMA Edition. More stuff I'm not qualified to talk about. Of course, I've heard about Dragon Ball Z Kakariko Village, but what is this edition about? I don't know. Dragon Ball games are a dime a dozen these days. And I'm taking medication for this bad cold. I apologize for that incredibly well-constructed wordplay. I won't do it again. This includes the original KAKAROT plus a download voucher for the DLC expansion thing. Yes, a voucher. So at the end of the day, it's not that much better than the original physical release. Yasha, the Legend of the Demon Blade, is getting a physical release in Europe. You may be familiar with this title since I've talked about it a couple of times previously when it came to upcoming imports. Well, if you did pre-order the Asian or the Japanese versions, you may want to reconsider since this version is coming too. I haven't seen anything about a North American version, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Maybe just wait and see. The game itself looks really interesting, a top-down action game. Looking forward to giving it a try. Fruitbus is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5, a cooking road trip game in a different world. Why a different world? Well, just ignore the animal creatures. The main evidence is the fact that one of the gameplay mechanics is not applying for permits to park and sell food. I want to live in this world, not baged out by bureaucracy. So what if you can easily do a runner once all your customers have got the runs from your dodgily cooked spicy sausage? That's life. That's what makes it exciting. I've just drank a coffee as well, medication coffee. It's not helping, guys, sorry. But I gotta make this video. Alright, let's jump into some import announcements. If you want to pre-order any of these upcoming releases, please use the Play Asia links below. They have free worldwide shipping on orders over 100 American bucks, as long as the size isn't too big. And of course, if you click my link below, you can get 5% off with the code Jordan2025. And also, if you are new here to this channel and you like physical media and you like my mini tangents that have nothing to do with the games from time to time, you owe it to yourself to subscribe. It'll be one of the best things you do today. Plus, the bigger this channel is, the more game publishers may pay attention to the desire for physical media, and we want more physical goodness, so subscribe, okay? So, what's coming out in Japan and Asia? Hololive, Holo's Hanafuda. Look, I don't know what hololive is. I'm too old for it, and I'm also too young for Hanafuda. I think the average age of the Hanafuda player is about 83, but hell yes, I am down for a video game mashing the two things together. And although Play Asia doesn't say anything about languages, other places do, so it should have English alongside other languages. Not only do you play Hanafuda, but you also make bento boxes. This could be the greatest game ever made. All it needs now is a panda with a flamethrower. Make it happen, guys. It's coming in a standard edition and a collector's edition, which comes with Hanafuda cards, a set of that, a furoshiki, whatever that is, mini folding screen, soundtrack CD, and an art book, and it's releasing at the end of July. Cho Aniki Bakuretsu Rantou Hen does not have English, or at least I'm assuming it doesn't because of precedence, but yeah, it's a Choniki fighting game. Like, when did this happen? Why did I not know about this before? Is there anything else I should be aware of? Choniki Kart Racer? A light gun VR game? Roguelike deck builder? I don't know. It's releasing in Japan at the end of June. Castlevania Anniversary Collection Deluxe Edition. I mentioned this in the last episode. Well, pre-orders have now opened for the first collection, the Anniversary Collection, in an absolutely gorgeous deluxe edition. You get the old school linear side-scrolling games that many purists will say is the golden era, and personally, I do love a good normal linear level. I love both genres, so this is super tempting for me. You can pre-order with the links below. This edition comes with trading cards, art cards, a soundtrack CD, a bonus book, and it's coming in June. Of course, Limited Run did a North American version a long while ago, but this is going to be a real nice option. Quitting Today is getting a physical release in Japan on Switch sometime this year. It will have English. It's a game about going into your office and resigning. It's also a beat 'em up, so you're going to go out with style and with a prison sentence. That's one way to get off the grid. Arcade Paradise All-in-One Edition is releasing in Japan. I don't know this for sure, but going by the name, I would assume, or at least hope, it's got everything on the cartridge. The game did have a bunch of little DLCs to add more games to it, and you can't call it the all-in-one edition if it doesn't have all of them together, right? Or am I just crazy? Maybe wait until closer to the release date to find out, but yeah, it's releasing in June, and it will have English. Azure Striker Gunvolt Trilogy Enhanced should have English. PlayAsia don't mention it, but other sites do, and this is 3 games in 1. Now, all 3 have released physically before. There was a double pack of the first 2 games at retail in the West, and Limited Run did the 3rd one, so maybe not essential for this triple bite, but it does say Enhanced. I think this is especially the case for the first 2 games, so that's cool. It's coming in a standard edition, as well as a 10th anniversary premium edition, which has an A4 art book, 6-disc complete soundtrack, a bonus CD of unreleased music, a tapestry with new art, and it's releasing in July. Steel Empire Chronicles is getting a physical release in Japan at the end of July, which I'm guessing will mean it will be out before Strictly Limited, who took pre-orders for this, like 2 years ago by now. This is pretty much the same edition as what they were going to do, which is slightly different to the retail release we got in the West. This includes the retail game plus retro releases, the GBA release, the Mega Drive release, as well as a Famicom game which they found down the back of the sofa. It's coming in a standard edition as well as a collector's edition. English is not confirmed as of yet. I think it would be unlikely they would take it out, but who knows. Kemco RPG Selection Volume 10. Finally, we have confirmation of another volume. This time it will include Infinite Links, Over Rogue, Fairy Elements, and Dragon Prana, and should be releasing in June in both Asia and Japan. PlayAsia don't have links for this at the minute, as it was pretty much just announced as I'm making this, but they will probably have them up by Monday. Same with Shadow Corridor 1 and 2. This is a double pack of first-person puzzle adventure horror games, both of which should have English on this Japanese cartridge. I don't know if they're any good personally, but reviews seem to indicate the first game is a bit of harmless fodder, and reviews are better for the second game, but that's on Steam. You don't know about the Switch performance. If you want a randomly generated horror game, well, this certainly looks a little bit unique. And there we have a bunch of new announcements. What's your favorite in this episode? Let me know in the comments below alongside your thumbs up. If you want to pre-order any of these, then please do so with the links down below in the description and pinned comment. I really do greatly appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. Take care.